All right. Hello, wine drinking people. Today is Friday, June 4th, finishing up another week of action here at the Wine Watch. We've dubbed it Australian Wine Week. That's right. Tonight we've got 10 vintage Australian wines, 10 years or older, going down at the store. What did I have to drink yesterday? All right, well, yesterday was kind of a light day in the store, but we did have two suppliers stop by. That's kind of going with our whole light week this week, the holiday week, short week, and it looks like, yeah, a couple of people have just taken it off entirely. But like I said, we did have a couple suppliers yesterday. Kim Longbottoms, speaking of Australia, from Henri's Drive in Pathaway, which I've actually visited this property on my first trip to Australia with Dan Phillips when they used to bring the wine in. This was the initial release of their Pillar Box Red, which we don't have on the table, but this has been our go-to wine for an entry-level Australian wine. Cabernet, Shiraz, Merlot, a blend of all three. Used to be made by Chris Ringland. Now it's Kim Johnson, and the wine is a stunning little value. We started out with the Pillar Box White, which is also pretty good, but white wine from Australia, not a real big calling for stuff in the $10 price range. You can find things, I think, a little more interesting than this various places all over the globe. But the Pillar Box Red really is a little stunner, man. A great wine, over-delivers for $12 a bottle, $10 by the case. Man, it is hard to beat what you get from Australia for short money if you like big, juicy red wines, which this wine is. A lot of that lovely red cherry, raspberry, black cherry fruit, and a little red licorice spice, some lovely dark chocolate, very seductive, and a big little wine packs a heck of a punch for like I said, around $10. And then, the first time I've had the Pillar Box Reserve. Well, they make about 100,000 cases of Pillar Box. It's all estate grown. The Reserve wine, they make about 5,000 cases. This wine is a killer little wine for around $20. And we will have the Pillar Box back in the store. We don't have it. And we're going to bring in this Reserve. This is a great little wine for around $20. Both of them in a screw cap, as all the wines now at Henri's Drive, even the more expensive wines, are now in screw cap, which we like a lot. The next wine up, the Dead Letter Office. This is another $20 wine, also from Pathaway. Well, this is a blend, Pathaway and McLaren Vale fruit, but a really smart little wine at around $20. A little more black fruit in this, some really nice violet showing through, and black licorice spice. Like I said, a whole lot of wine for around $20. And this wine still's got good freshness, even though quite a bit of jammy fruit still leaves the mouth very fresh on the finish. Kind of the difference between that and the Pillar Box Reserve, which is a little bigger, a little jammier. Okay, and then the Trial of John Monsfort. Well, this sounds like a movie, not a wine. It's, well, this is what they're calling their Cabernet now. They no longer bottle Cabernet under the Henri's Drive label, but still very good. Not really what we come to Australia for, Cabernet. The Shiraz is, but a nice little cab. And then the money wine, the 2006 Henri's Drive Shiraz. This is why we go to Australia for great Shiraz. This is definitely one of the better ones coming from Pathaway. It comes from 4 different vineyard sites, some on the valley floor, some with a little hillside elevation, 2 different soil types, some red clay, and then some black clay loam, but a really nice little wine, some sweet tobacco, some roasted blackberry jam on the nose, a little bit of espresso, black licorice spice, a really nice wine, quite big and chewy on the tongue, with a little bit of that mint that comes in there, mint chocolate chip cookie on the finish, but a really nice wine, quite a bit bigger and more complex than the Pillar Box wines. And then the Parson's Flat, which is a blend of Cabernet and Shiraz. This wine, really nice. We got a great price on this wine. Usually this is priced right around $40, so we can do this for under $30. Really nice little wine, 2004 vintage, got a little bottle age on it. Really nice. And then the Reserve Shiraz from 2005 from Henri's Drive. You know, as I mentioned before, this business kind of been in the toilet, the high end of Australia, so we may see this wine come out on sale, and which is what I would wait for. It's a nice little wine, around $50. But man, if we saw it at like $30, we're going to send out an offer on this. A killer little wine. They're trying to get through this last bit of '05 before they release the '06. Both vintages are very good in Australia, though. So, and then next up, we had a brief visit from Kelly from Domain Select. Unfortunately, yeah, she couldn't stay for some reason. We had customers in the store, and you know the Wine Watch, customers come first, not people that are trying to sell me stuff. People that are bringing us money. get first priority. So we had a couple of nice whites, though. I'd love to see Kelly again to see the rest of these wines. The Gruner Veltliner from Leith, very smart little wine. A little bit of that white pepper spice that you get from Gruner Veltliner. Some nice Asian pear, green apple fruit. Very light, very refreshing. Just what we like for the summertime. And then a nice little Trocken dry Riesling from Kuling-Goitho. I just hate when they give you wines that you cannot pronounce, people. One of the most important things, if you're an importer out there, is bring us a product that we can pronounce in this country. Damn it. Okay, and last night you know that there will be wine for dinner at my house. And we had the Dr. David Miller over with the 1999 Dalla Vale Cabernet Sauvignon. Outstanding. I had this wine decanted for about an hour. It still needed a little more time. I brought home the 2003 Dyer Meteor Vineyard, which they're no longer making this. The folks that own Meteor Vineyard have now created their own wine called Meteor Vineyard Cabernet. It's $100 a bottle. This one was really nice, 2003. Showing a bit softer than the 99, though. The 99 vintage, a lot of tannins when it came out, needed some bottle age. Now just starting to come around, but the Dyer was pretty good next to it, pretty nice. Unfortunately, my wife made some Thai Penang dish. Spicy curry does not go good with Cabernet, so we decanted the reds. And then, luckily, I had a little bit of the Eroica Riesling, a joint venture between Chateau Saint Michel and Dr. Lucen. This wine was beautiful with the spicy food. We like stuff a little hot, and a little bit of sweetness to this wine. Not really sweet like some of the Riesling can be. It had great acidity, which helped clear up the palate after that heat, and then we went on to finish the reds. And then we finished those up. There was still a little 2006 Mount Veeder left at home, and that wine is better on the second or third day. All right, that's what I had to drink last night. I'm your host, Andrew Lampazone, for the Wine Watch, signing off, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.